It's Tuesday because there was a holiday.
Holiday.
It's morning. Nope, it's afternoon, but there was a holiday.
But there's a holiday. It was happy birthday, Mr. President. Am I right?
Sheesh.
Welcome to Monday Morning Macabre, guys, on a Tuesday, because 4th of July.
Independence Day here in the United States.
I'm going to give a quick disclaimer.
Ooh.
My setup's a little...
We got Daddy Duty Darce on the mic.
I'm on Daddy Duty Darce on the mic, so I'm not in my usual spot, so there's a little more echo, and also I've got both of my children here. So we're on Daddy Duty today, doing our duty daddy. Daughter of mine, can you say hi?
Hi.
Nice.
No.
I like it.
Yeah, so Scony.
Papa approved.
Scones, you had a big she wants to really hold this microphone. You what? You want chocolate milk? Okay.
Just give her a number like in Stranger Things.
Okay, here. Oh, thank you for getting the cup for me. Okay, we're going to get a quick chocolate milk break, real quick.
Chalky Milky.
Be right back.
This break was brought to you by Chalky Milk. Goes great with chicken tendies. Actually, listener, you may or may not know that I reside in Rhode Island. And as a proud resident of Rhode Island, I love coffee milk. I had a lot of coffee milk this weekend. Aristocrats, my preferred band. And if you don't know, and you're a part of America or the world, well, you don't know what coffee milk is. There's coffee syrup, not unlike chocolate syrup, where you make chocolate milk. And it's coffee milk, kind of like coffee-flavored ice cream. And it's awesome. And it goes really good, especially with like spicy or kind of like salty foods. And it's just great. Anyway, Darce is still on dad duty. I am not on dad duty. I'm just kind of chilling, folks. Write in if, you want to hear more.
All right, we're back.
Okay, thank God. I was running out of stuff to talk about.
Guys, welcome to Monday Morning Macabre, the show where one dad and one dude talk spooky.
Heck yeah.
And chocolate milk has been given. And
I was just saying on the break that as a proud resident of the state of Rhode Island,
yes,
I drank a lot of coffee milk this weekend.
Ooh, coffee. What exactly is coffee milk? I know that's like that's a big Rhode Island thing. I just don't really know what it is.
It's just kind of like, like coffee flavored ice cream.
Yeah, it's that,
like that kind of syrup put into milk, like chocolate, the same way you make chocolate milk.
Ooh,
good with spicy or like salty foods.
What about spicy and salty foods, Daddy?
Oh, Darcy.
Ho, ho, ho.
The hard-hitting questions, baby.
I hit hard and I hard hit, baby.
Baby.
Scony, did you do anything fun over the weekend for Happy Birthday America?
Oh, man, my weekend was wild.
Hit me with some wild deets, baby. We got a minute before we have to start.
Well, did you see what Joey Chestnut did?
What did JoJo do? Did he slug down some dilly doolies?
So Joey Chestnut rolls up.
Yeah.
Rolls up to Coney Island. He's the king of Coney Island. He rolls up.
Of course. Of course.
Broken foot.
How is he going to suck down those doggies?
Oh, he does it. And in the middle of sucking him down, some protester goes up and shoves him out of the way with a sign.
What?
Joey Chestnut grabs them around the head and throws them to the ground and goes back to eating hot dogs. It was fucking phenomenal.
I've got so many questions.
Yep.
Is this a Galizzi protester or a protester for like something else?
I couldn't read the sign before Joey Chestnut.
Before Joey destroyed him. What if Joey Chestnut dunked him in water and sucked him down?
No one is safe.
Yeah,
Joey Chestnut will consume all.
Yeah, Joey, why don't you slug him down next time, Papa?
And my girl Mickey Sudo competed again. She had a child, but she's back in the ring. I met her at PAX East. It was awesome.
I remember that, I think.
Yeah, she ate a lot of
dumplings. Dumplings. Slug down a dumpling, break my heart. Joey Chestnut and I've grown apart because I bought
So
him.
Joey Chestnut may just be the greatest athlete of all time.
Amen to that. And we're at a little over 5 minutes, and
I'm glad we ended there.
glad we
Strong,
ended
plain
strong intro. I'm surrounded by little tykes running every which
little
way.
ditties.
Yeah, I got Jack and Diane here, and they're hey, that's a Keurig, baby.
Isn't that song about the 4th of July? Or is that just one of those songs that comes on every like boomer 4th of July playlist?
I think the latter, but I don't know. Anyway, Scones, today I'm going to be bringing you a little something eerie, spooky. So today, Scones, I'm going to be telling you about the eerie history of Houska Castle.
Oh, I think I'm going to be talking about Erie Canal.
Now, the eerie history of Houska Castle, the Gothic fortress built to seal a, quote, gateway to hell.
Okay. First of all, dope. Second of
Yeah.
all, I have a question.
Hit me, baba.
Does Nick Cage own this place? Because it sounds like somewhere he don't.
No, Nick Cannon owns it. Unfortunately, I know.
Oh my gosh. Wait, is he? Do we not like him? Is he
He's
canceled?
I feel like he has been, but I don't know why.
Yeah, me neither.
But he's wilding out in this castle.
Slime Time Live in there.
Ooh, Slime Time Live in there. My brother got slimed on television. I did not. I don't hold a grudge. But
It sounds like a core memory.
oh, it's a primo core memsies.
That one's a spicy memory.
I think about it all of the time.
Remember, don't call it trauma. Call them spicy memories.
Spice memories with a little kick. So this is an all that's interesting article. Who would have thought?
Yes.
Shout out to Marco Margaritoff.
That sounds so like a comic book character. That's amazing.
That's a superhero. His superpower is that he's got 2 jobs in this economy.
That sounds like if you told me that was a character from X-Men from the 80s and he's like a Russian mutant,
Yeah,
I'd be like, yeah.
yeah, Marco Margaritoff.
Yeah.
Yes, consume me, Joey. So, constructed near Prague in the 13th century, Houska Castle has housed mad scientists, Nazis, and perhaps even demons.
Ooh, all the above?
Potentially. What do we talk about it? Hidden by thick forestry, Houska Castle in Czechia. Wow, I would want to say Chechnya, but it's not.
Cheer.
It's Czechia, which I've never seen before. Anyway,
Oh, yeah. Wait, is this in Austria?
this is in Prague.
Wait, is Prague a country? I'm real dumb. I
This
thought
is
Prague
in
was a city.
This is in Prague.
I thought is Prague not a city in Austria?
It's near Prague. Okay.
I have to look this up.
I think it is. No, I think
my
Prague is in
Western
Germany.
Dumb brain.
Prague, capital of the Czech Republic.
Oh, sorry.
It's a capital city of the Czech Republic. We both learned
Sorry
that
to
just
the
now.
Czech Republic. I was close, but no cigar.
Houska Castle in Czechia is shrouded by nightmarish myth and occultist legend. It was built atop a cliff in Prague's countryside, mysteriously isolated from all trade routes.
Dude, Eastern Europe's hardcore with this.
They really
kind of
are.
stuff.
They're like, yo, everything's cold and dead.
If you like want to live hardcore, you got to be hardcore.
And if you want to be hardcore, you gotta live in Eastern Europe, baby. Where do you think Joey goes every off season to train?
Yeah, he goes and suck downs.
He goes to Glizzy Forest
Primo.
where the trees are made out of meat, and he just eats through a tree.
Yeah, over there he's like a folk legend. Like Slovakian children are terrified of him.
Yeah, they're like, Mr. Chestnut will come. You want to come up? Okay. I got Tiny Buppin on me.
Little tiny Buppinopolis.
So, it's mysteriously isolated from all trade routes. It had no source of water or fortification. Some say it wasn't built to keep evil from entering, but to prevent it from spilling out.
Oh, jeez. Don't open dead inside kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Don't open dead inside. I got that tattooed to my head. My
I was gonna say that's my Tinder profile.
Ooh, Tindy Windy. Scones, we're gonna Patreon listeners, we're going to edit Scones' Tinder profile live. If you're listening.
Here we go. Swipe left.
Swipe left.
Swipe left.
Swipe left.
Swipe left.
This is
Swipe
good content.
Swipe left.
According to the castle's official website, it was built in the 13th century as an administrative hub for the king. But Czech folklore maintains that the true purpose of its construction was to seal your mama in it. Hey! Got her!
Oh, sheesh. All right. Talk to y'all next week on Monday Morning with Cub.
But Czech folklore maintains that the true purpose of its construction was to seal a gaping crack in the limestone. Locals believed that this was a gateway to hell from which demonic beings emerged to feed on villagers and drag them back into the abyss. Nick Cannon's origin story.
So rad. So boss.
So sick, rad, boss. And
Diesel.
Other words, other adjectives. Legend has it that prisoners who are facing the gallows were offered full pardons, but only if they agreed to be lowered into the bottomless hole and report on what they saw.
Hell yes.
Which is so sick.
Yeah, if someone was like, hey, you're either going to be hung and definitely die or get in that hole, I'd
Or
be
you
like,
gotta,
give me that hole, daddy.
Give me that hole, papa. The first man to do
I'll
so...
go right head first and kissing that Chernobog.
The first man to do so was young and healthy, and he happily accepted.
I thought you were going to be like, the first one to do so was Young Thug.
Was young Thug and Fat Joe. Within seconds, however, he cried to be raised up. When he was pulled from the chasm, his hair had turned white. Sheesh. Which is still way better than being hung, but like...
Yeah, that's just like silly, like scared guy in an old-timey movie.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden he gets to be like a mad scientist.
Yeah.
Marty! Exactly. Hey, that's the origin story of Doc Ock.
Doc Brown.
No, Doc Ock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The
Hello,
castle's...
Peter. Hello, Marty.
Oh,
Oh, cowardly lion.
Okay, yeah, it became weird. Like,
I hate that voice.
yeah,
Like,
I know.
that was a bad creative choice.
You made a
opinion.
bad choice. The castle's eerie history doesn't stop there, though. Nazi experiments took place within its walls during World War II. Some say that the Wehrmacht occupied this castle precisely to investigate whether the gateway to hell was real. Yeah.
Is that Nazi stuff?
Yeah. The Nazis were like, yo,
Okay.
let's occupy the castle to find out. Because that's like what Nazis were into. The amount of occultism and Nazi crossovers is crazy.
I know.
I know. So...
It goes to show what can happen when like a very powerful group of people just start railing methamphetamines.
So feverish occultism had consumed the higher ranks of the Nazi order, which is what we just said. Today, Houska Castle remains one of the most haunted places on Earth. The haunted history of Houska Castle.
I feel like this is like was this in the black tapes? Hashtag no free ads.
Might have. I mean, it definitely.
It's got
Well,
black
they talked
tapes
about the.
vibes.
I know that the black tapes talked about like the occultism within the Nazi regime. I think, but I don't know if they specifically spoke on Houska Castle.
Okay.
Okay, sweetie.
Hey, okay.
While Houska Castle now welcomes countless tourists from around the world, the limestone cliff on which it sits has drawn people in since antiquity.
People trying to get in that hole.
Archaeological evidence shows Celtic tribes inhabited the land far before the Middle Ages, and Slavic tribes migrated to the region in the 6th century. As Bohemian chronicler Václav Hašek detailed in his Czech Chronicle in 1541, the first known structure at the site was a small wooden fort in the 9th century. Hašek also recounted local folklore that described the emergence of a crack in the cliff. It revealed a seeming... What's up?
Do you ever think that like it's just a bunch of kids made a cool stick fort?
You know, it's very possible, especially because on the front of the castle it says "No girls allowed." So, like, that's a sign right there.
That's a solid policy for your stick fort.
If you got a stick fort and you got a girl in there, it's no longer a stick fort, baby.
If you know what I mean.
Now it's just a big old square of blasphemy.
I hope there's an archaeologist out there finding one of my stick forts.
Dude, that was so sick. Hajek also recounted local folklore that described the emergence of a crack in the cliff. It revealed a seemingly endless abyss that villagers deemed an entrance to hell. Locals were terrified of the half-human hybrids that began to crawl out of the hole at night and tear livestock apart.
Ooh.
I call that just the weekend. Woo! I call that spring break.
When all the half-human hybrids heading to
Half-human hybrids say hey!
Myrtle Beach.
Fearful of turning into these demonic entities themselves, villagers avoided the rocky entrance. They tried to block it with stones, but the abyss allegedly gobbled up anything that dropped into it, refusing to be filled, kind of like Joey Chestnut.
Ayo, so we got like a sick hole in a castle that's turning into the demon MTV Beach House.
Yeah, we got. Yes, correct. And they're like,
it's so cool.
They're like, time to build a castle on top of it.
Hell yeah.
So King Ottokar II of Bohemia had the Gothic structure built sometime between.
What?
Believe me, I don't know. So he builds the structure sometime between 1253 and 1278. And oddly, the original construction omitted stairs from the courtyard to the upper floors. And most of the structure's defenses were built facing inwards, as if the purpose of the castle wasn't to keep invaders out, but rather something trapped within. Wow,
man, we call that a prison here in America, but that's pretty sick.
It's pretty spooky. Perhaps most notable of all, the king had the gateway to hell sealed with stone plates and a chapel built above it. The chapel
can't be too safe.
Right? But that's also like such a sweet like cinematic moment when the devil like breaks through the floor of the church and starts ripping people up.
Yeah. He's like, there's no God here.
Exactly. He's like it's like dueling banjos, but it's dueling glizzies and it's Joey Chestnut versus the devil.
Yeah, and all his fucking sweet MTV Beach House demon boys coming out.
Yeah, they're trying to protest Joey.
Just partying.
Joey's just like
shells.
breaking their necks and throwing them on the ground. The chapel was dedicated to the archangel Michael, who led God's armies against Lucifer's fallen angels, leading to some to
Mikey,
Big Mike, leading some to believe the gateway truly existed, or still does. By 1639, the castle was occupied by a Swedish mercenary named Aranto. The black magic practitioner allegedly toiled nightly in his laboratory. He was working in his lab late one night.
Oh no! Hope it's not the version I think it is.
Oh boy.
But that, like, demonology aside, just like the names and the people who have owned this place are sick.
It's super dope. The black magic
Well, first of all, I'm not saying Nazis are sick, but it's a wildly interesting history of how it gets handed down to like kings and mercenaries and like
and everyone's name is sweet. So the black magic practitioner allegedly toiled nightly in his laboratory in an effort to create an elixir for eternal life.
Of course,
as one does.
Why wouldn't he?
Turns out he invented bug spray.
He invented Four Loko. Remember when they made Four Loko and then like they were just like, well, that was a big oopsie. We have to change it.
We gotta. Turns out kids are like drinking
we
this and then
that kids are in college.
That was a wild time.
Big oopsie whoopsie time to be alive.
That'd be sick if instead of water at hot dog eating hot dog eating contests, they had to use Four Loko. Could you imagine how sweet it would be?
Oh my God. It would go straight from like eating hot dogs into like a bullfight. That'd be sick.
It'd be so dope.
Dude, that's like the best sport ever.
We invented the best sport ever. So this instilled villagers with so much mortal fear that 2 local hunters assassinated Oranto.
What? That's insane. He's hanging above their fireplace right now?
Yeah, he's like, yo, I was just trying to make it so y'all live forever. And they're like, I'll show you live forever.
Take this, wizard.
Yeah, basically. Despite Oranto's death, locals continued to avoid the area. The gateway to hell in the modern day. Scholars have since discovered cracks in Hajek's histories, and any evidence of Oranto's existence is rather dubious.
Oranto, jump on it.
It did trade hands between various nobles and aristocrats in later centuries, however. It was renovated in the 1580s, fell into disrepair by the 1700s, and was fully restored in 1823.
Dude, the 80s were sick.
In 1823, a century later, Joseph Simonek, president of Skoda Auto, purchased the castle for himself.
Ugh, the president of the skips of whatever you said.
Skoda Auto.
Is that like a race team?
It was 1823, so yeah, I think it was F1.
Oh, sick.
In the 1940s, the Nazis overtook the castle during their occupation of Czechoslovakia, though their reasons for doing so are unclear. As the castle lacked defenses and was 30 miles from Prague.
I like that.
No.
Nazi reasons have to be clear.
Yeah, right. Their reasons for doing so are unclear, as the castle lacked defenses and was 30 miles from Prague. According to Castles Today, which apparently is a publication.
The foremost expert on castles.
According to Castles Today, some believe they needed to secure the 13,000 manuscript library of SS leader Heinrich Himmler, who was obsessed with the occult and believed that its power would help the Nazis rule the world. Himmler allegedly feared his trove of blasphemous materials would be destroyed in the war, but was something even more sinister afoot? Locals at the time reported strange lights and horrifying sounds coming from the castle. Some say that many top Nazi officials, including Himmler, attended dark ceremonies at Houska Castle in which they attempted to harness the power of hell. Which is like...
I wish that shit was like photographed or videoed.
Yeah, right?
Just to see all that absolute insane
Well, we've got
nonsense.
something special for you Patreon listeners. Live video. After the war, the Simonek family regained ownership of Houska Castle, and they still own it to this day. The castle has been open to the public since 1999, and the Prague Daily Monitor reports that many visitors are baffled by its counterintuitive architecture and unnerved by the fresco paintings in the chapel.
I'm baffled.
Baffle me up, Joey. The strangest of these paintings depict a creature with the upper body of a human woman and the lower body of a horse. While it was unheard of at the time to include depiction of pagan mythology in a church, even more staggering is the fact that the centaur is using its left hand to shoot an arrow, as left-handedness was associated with service to Satan in the Middle Ages. Historians, which is just like so Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Historians believe the painting is a hint to the creature that lurk beneath the church. So just a bunch of centaur ladies down there like, hey,
Sounds sick.
guys, we want to come up.
That's an MTV beach
That is
house
an
right
MTV
there.
beach house. Indeed, to this day, visitors claim to hear screams and scratching noises from beneath the chapel floor. So,
Womp,
womp, womp. So that's Houska Castle.
That's sick. Nick Cage definitely subscribes to Castles Today.
Yeah, Nick Cannon definitely traps half woman, half horse creatures under his castle. You heard it here first.
Yeah, and they say if you listen, you can still hear his solo from Drumline playing.
Yeah, he's wilding out all right.
I don't know any more Nick Cage references.
You mean Nick Cannon or Nick Cage?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, Nick Cannon. Sorry.
I don't either, but I think we hit all of them. Mariah Carey? Is he married to Mariah Carey?
He was.
Is he no longer?
I don't believe so.
Guys, comment below if leave a comment. Tell us if Nick Cannon's married to Mariah Carey, and we'll send you a free popsicle we licked.
That would be very funny if we sent just a melted popsicle.
Just a dum-dum. A little pink dum-dum with some lickies on it.
Oh no, that's not. You're thinking of lollipops, my man.
Oh, what did
you're
I
getting
say?
your
Oh, it's
popsicles.
gonna be so melted.
It'd be just a bag of water and wood,
Hey,
baby.
water and wood. That's the name of the game.
Water and wood.
the
that's
name of the
name of the game.
So Houska Castle, spooky castle, spookier people.
Yeah. Yes.
Come for a good time, not a long time. Houska Castle.
Come for the inner-facing defenses and stay for the horse centaurs.
Stay for the hot horse ladies. If you're a hot horse lady, make sure to check out MondayMorningMacabre.com, where we have all of our episodes and our merch and our Patreon for bonus content. Check us out on Twitter at MMMacabrePod and on Instagram at Monday Morning Macabre. And if you go to Houska Castle, leave a
Monday Morning Macabre sticker on the inside.
and besides that, have a good Monday.
Gabagoo.